We're here in Hudson, Wisconsin. I'm standing on the banks of the St. Croix River, which separates Minnesota from Wisconsin. Hudson is one of the fastest growing cities in the whole state, and partly because of how close it is to Minneapolis-St. Paul, which is just over the horizon a few miles. Now, the St. Croix River is known for its muddy, rusty color, especially certain times of the year. And some people say that might be fitting because of the sordid past that Hudson has, especially over time and through its founding. People from Minnesota used to come across the border to do things that they couldn't do or that weren't legal over in their home territory. And so that's why we would see brothels and gambling houses and drinking establishments, which were the foundation of this community and this territory. Now that past has impacted and filtered down over the generations, where we continue to see that influence today. In fact, Hudson made the national news recently with the New York Times and in the Oprah Winfrey Show because of its heroin problem, as we have lost so many youth through overdose, even in 1 year's time. Hudson also has, because of its place in Wisconsin, the highest underage drinking rate in the whole country. And we also have seen homelessness rise by 56% in the last 10 years in this county alone. Maybe these are some of the reasons contributing to why David T. Olson has noted that in this state, we've seen a decline in church attendance more rapidly than any other state in the nation as of now. So through the generations, that impact has continued, one person at a time. And we're finding that as a church as we struggle and see the struggles of the people in this community. What if that could reverse? What if that trend could reverse and life and love could spread from one person to the next over the generations? We believe that's what Jesus had in mind when he said, "As the Father has sent me, so I am sending you." That he envisioned a new kingdom and an alternate reality being spread into this world through one person at a time. And that is what we believe is already happening. One of the ways that this vision of Jesus can be accomplished is if we as a church can help each person recognize that they are one of those sent ones. So we have one ministry that we call our Healing Prayer Ministry that's really designed to, right out of the gate, help people find forgiveness from past sins and from this previous life before they've arrived in His kingdom. And so as they do that, they can let go of really their own issues and start to focus on others and look to see how God has called them into ministry. Then we'll connect them with mentors in our church to help them discover a context for their own ministry. So as we talk to them about what Jesus is asking of them, they're not just assuming that's in church or that it's surrounding what we do on Sunday, but that it's about every day where they are sent, every day into work, into their families, into their neighborhoods. That's where we spend most of our time. And so we help them discover what that unique calling is for them. As a result, we've seen tremendous fruit. We've seen Bible studies established all over this community and other small groups and recovery groups. There's one woman that works in a factory right near here, and she believes that she's one of these sent ones from Jesus. So as she goes into that factory, she's loving on her coworkers and ministering to her bosses. And as a result, we've seen many of them come into the church or come to Christ. In fact, one of our Bible studies, I think, had half her shift there at one time. It's just very cool to see her discovering the joy of pastoring a community of people at her own work. We have another guy that works at a furniture shop right near here, and he's started a discipleship group right in his workplace. And there's fellas there that work that come in from the jail just for the day, so they could never go to church on Sunday, and yet they're being discipled and exposed to the gospel just because this man believes that he's one of those sent ones. Another one of those places God has sent us is behind the walls of the St. Croix County Jail. Because several of our members see this as their context for ministry, every single week in this jail there's a Bible study or one-on-one mentoring that goes on from people in our church. As a result, we've been able to get to know many people that are incarcerated here. And the neat thing is that as they get released, because of our relationships that we've formed, we get to help them plug in with a community of people on this side and begin to walk with them in that new life. And we've seen God do really great things to help them grow in seeing their own ministry and helping to connect with others and to assist them as mentors that have gone through this. In fact, one of the very first guys I met here is now doing ministry and is part of a small group pastor over in a town east of here, and it's just a wonderful success story. So we've seen God do neat things. In fact, because of our relationship, they've even asked me to be the chaplain at the jail here, so God's even opening the door to meet more people that way. Our vision is that if someone is incarcerated here in St. Croix County and have to go to the jail, it's going to be near impossible for them not to leave as a follower of Jesus. One of the things we're most excited about right now is the partnership that's forming between our church and the Hudson YMCA. We're going to be starting to worship here on Sunday mornings and get a lot more public with our presence. We're looking to start in Christmas time to have a launch here, and we're excited because this is one of the busiest and largest Ys in the whole Twin Cities area. It seems like half the community is here in and out every single day, and we're going to get to be able to connect with them and look for ways to serve. And the new director here is very open to not just have us be tenants, but to really be partners in this common mission that we have. And so we're really excited about the ways that this might open up for us to really look at new opportunities that God is leading us to serve in this community. Your support has helped us to be able to walk through this open door and to be able to explore this more with them. And so we're so grateful, and we ask your prayers as we continue to flesh out the details of this arrangement as we move to our Christmas launch. So what if the tinted water of the St. Croix River wasn't a marker of Hudson's past at all? What if instead it was a symbol of its future? See, St. Croix, it means cross. What if the colored water was symbolic of Jesus' blood and his cleansing power over even a community like this? We believe that that is the future of Hudson, that as we plant the church with an authentic group of people that love Jesus and are serious about taking his message into every nook and cranny of this community, that just like that water flowing over Hudson would seep into every area, that Jesus could heal and transform this community, that the love of Christ could characterize the way we do business, the way we parent our children, the way we relate to one another as a city. This is why we're planting a church here. We believe in it, and we believe that Jesus is calling us to do this very thing. We believe he set it up even when he pointed to this place and settled here, and even in that first naming of this river is pointing and foreshadowing to what can happen in Christ. And so thank you so much for your support for such a vision, for enabling us to be here. God bless you.